Hello again, this is Professor Kim Nelson with the Jewelry Design Department in the Fashion Institute of Technology. Commencing with another tutorial in our series of tutorials for basic rhino modeling, JD 138. The focus of this tutorial is going to be to continue with our final ring project to show you other ways to approach the same problem of surfacing a shank with a flowing taper. Okay, looks like there's not a lot left of my sorry, clicking while I'm trying to talk. Not a lot left of my false bezel setting, but that's easy enough to restore. If a ring has a specific setting, or even if it doesn't, if you have a stone to work around, getting your settings in place and making those decisions is one of the first things you'll do. Okay? So going again from this point, I have my bezel, I have my front view. Okay? I'm going to show you a different method of creating the same kind of idea. I need to figure out some drawings first. Got to draw a front side view. That was a cross-section tool. This is a extract ISO curve from surface tool. Want a line representing the top of my finger bore. Straight line both sides option, quad snap. And once again I need to decide what I want to have happen here. And once again I'll keep it pretty generic. Blend curve between the two. I'm going to use history, and that should allow me to use if I use a quick blend curve, I should be able to keep history. So if I decide to move this, that should update. Never tried it with adjustable blend curve, to be frank with you, so I'll try it now. But my suspicion is that by playing with these control handles, I've broken the history. Because that's actually changing. Yeah, see? I was right. By playing with those control handles, I was affecting the child geometry and therefore broke history. And I had already started the command before I hit record history. There. And by doing this, I can determine how much I want that to come out. That's nice. Okay, so I have that. Now I'm going to draw my taper. I'm going to start with just a straight line, giving me roughly the taper I want. Record history, mirror it over, rebuild it. I'll start with 3-4, because remember that gives me an automatically smooth curve. Oh, my number lock is off. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Turn on my points. And I can start moving this, and it will update on both sides. It's a quick way to take a look. Now, I know form-wise, if I do really something very aggressive here, it can make things difficult for me. I'm going to choose that as my taper. Okay. More or less, it's a maquette curve. I'm going to do a curve from 2 views, see what that actually looks like. Side view, ring bore. I'm not loving it. I'm going to offset this curve. To end. Okay. I'm not sure that's planar. To make sure it is, I'll just project it to C-plane. Curve from 2 views. That offset in the ring bore. I don't need the bottom one. Don't need that anymore. So I can trim that off. And I don't necessarily need this full amount here. So I want to trim this about here, symmetrically on both sides. There are several ways to do that. Probably the easiest, or my favorite, is a sphere. It's a 3-dimensional symmetrical object that I can pull out and use it to trim. And now I can do my trusty adjustable blend curve. That's a little bit crazy. Let's do that again. See if I can soften that at all. That'll kind of do. Going to come in here, front view, cutting plane, world center, trim the bottom off here, trim, or actually split this. I'm going to rebuild this to maybe 15.4. Take a look at the points. For sure, delete that one. Turn on a curve graph. Curve graphs do work. On 3-dimensional curves as well. They're a little harder to use because there's a lot more going on. But you can see this kink right here. This is what I'm objecting to. Usually when you're working in three-dimensional space, you want to limit your movement to one direction, okay, at a time. So I'm going to move one axis at a time. I'm going to move ortho along the y-axis. Move ortho along the y-axis. Also, I don't want to change the up and down of this very much because the up and down is this circle. So really the only direction I want to change. Because if I move this way, it'll change the circle. If I move up and down, it'll change the circle. But if I move straight back and forth towards the ring bore, I won't hurt the ring bore shape. Now, having already rebuilt this, I don't really believe my ring bore shape has been preserved. And I will reestablish it in a minute. But I can certainly do something better than what was there. Going to match this. Match this curve to that fragment. Make sure it still flows smooth across the middle. Get rid of my curvature graph. Mirror over. Join these together. Curve from two views. Ring bore side view. I know that that actually cuts off right at the midpoint, so I'll do another cutting plane there. Make sure I select the right curve. Okay. And match. This time I will average the curves. Join it together. Should be a closed curve. I want the seam at the bottom. First I want to rebuild it into a single curve. I don't want a poly curve. F5. Good circle is 36.4. Move that to the quadrant at the bottom. And now verify. That stayed close enough to that ring bore that I'm happy with it. I'm not going to really worry. I mean, I could make it really tight to the ring bore by extruding the ring bore and pulling it. But if I do that, I'm going to get a tremendously high point count. So I'm going to leave that as it is. So, I'm going to make a copy of this. Control copy, Control V. And put it on the dark blue layer as well so I can turn off this. Put those on the dark blue layer also. Okay. And this. Just trimming that spare bit off and mirroring it over. And that's my start, okay? Problem is, really guys, is all rhino shapes, I'll repeat this again and again, our surfaces are four-sided. And to right here, even if I just want to do half of this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an endpoint, which is 5. If I go all the way across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to have 4-sided. So, I'm going to make a cross section that comes way back from my setting. I'm going to do a cutting plane. Somewhere about here. And I'll name the C-plane top section. Now my challenge is going to be making a surface that, a cross section that works nicely. I'm going to draw a curve straight off of this point, mirror it to the other side, get myself a feeder here, curve blend. Now there is a way. Don't hold me to this. I believe there's a way. Record history. Record history to mirror. Simple blend curve. If I wanted to change the look of this, there's a command called end bulge. It's keyboard entry only. And it gives me those same two handles that I would get off of an adjustable blend curve. And that'll update both sides. So there is a way to use a blend curve and adjust it and have it work with history. Okay, join these together. Top C-plane, mirror over. Okay. I am now going to split these these rails. I want to do a cross section at the bottom. I can use a section tool this time instead of a cutting plane. Both will work. Gives me the same information. Challenge I have here is this can't come straight off. This is part of a taper at this point. I happen to know that it follows that taper still, so I'm going to copy paste, because I use that for curve from two views to draw this bottom half. So I'm going to trim the bottom of that curve off, and that'll be the feeder for my cross section. Right, C-plane. Remember, you always want to draw where you can see a grid behind you. Point, record history, blend curves, record history, mirror, and bulge. Join, delete. I'm going to get rid of those points just to tidy things up. Okay. Surface from curved network. Oh, I need to split this as well. Rail, 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 section, section, section. Nice. Okay. Now, challenging part comes with how to handle this area. There are, of course, multiple ways to do it. The way I'm going to choose, I'm going to split this. With those two curves. And I'm going to do a blend curve. Now, actually, I could do a blend curve right from here. I could do that. The challenge is, if I do that, I have a surface that I'm going to have to put in the middle here that comes to a narrow little point, and we know how much Rhino hates narrow little points. So, extract an iso curve. A reasonable distance back. I mean, I could also have it line right up with where that is and have a fairly straight shot. But if I do that, I'll have a pinched little curve here. Okay. Now I'm going to have a pinched little curve anyway. So, I will go to my side view. Just trying to line that up pretty nicely. Let's see what a blend curve gives me from that. Okay. Not bad. I want to make sure it's not trying to jump up above that rim anywhere. I'll give it a try. Mirror it over. Join. I need to split the edge on both sides here so that I can use it for continuity. Double check, yeah, it worked. Double check, yeah, it worked. And surface from curved network. Rail, oh, hang on. Need to join these together. Interesting. Rhino says it's unable to join those two curves. Okay, Rhino. I'll play. Curve, edit tool, match this curve and this curve. Averaged. Now Rhino will have to join them. Now it's a poly curve. Why don't I rebuild it? If I were using a 2-rail sweep, I would. But since I'm using surface from curved network, it can't give me a poly surface no matter what. So even though it's a poly curve going in, it'll be a single surface coming out. Mirror it over. Check how smooth we are. It looks pretty darn good. Okay. Now, course, the challenge lies in how to do the rest of this. It usually helps to give Rhino something that it would normally like to use. It wants a four-sided surface. It's going to really hate this swing right here. It really is. But won't hurt to try. Patch. I'll need to split the edge. Double check. Split the edge. Double check. Fine. Patch. Now you don't have to even wonder if Rhino's going to hate that. It's going to detest it. Oh, hang on. I have one more curve I can add. I can add that section. Okay, it took it. It did. Alright. But the problem is, if I mirror this over and join it, you will see there's a ripple. Let me join it in. Oh, it is joined in. Do you see it? Kind of a hump where it comes out because this wants to be smooth across the front. This wants to have a rise. And so I have a problem. Now, I can go in and engineer a non-problem. But that would require me to change this cross section so that it didn't come flat here, so that I can have a surface that goes smoothly all the way across. My challenge is that this flatness and this flatness, both of which I like because of the way they come off of my setting, don't work together to make a nice smooth surface in between. They imply or they force this cowl, this raised cowl. Now, if I had something in mind for my design where I could work with that cowl, I might not mind. But I don't. So I might. I'm undoing my split edges. So my next choice is to accept a slight compromise here at the shoulder. Bi-rail sweep. Actually, no. Surface and curve network. Surface edge. Surface edge. Surface edge. Surface edge. And let Rhino decide what it wants to do. And that's nice. I don't have any real complaints with that. Issue is going to be It's going to fall away slightly at the side of my setting. Okay? But I think that would be acceptable, and that is how I would do this approach. That is the best compromise. I don't mind this. If I don't want it showing this much here, I can lower it. I have room. Under the culet, I could bring it down a little bit. But if I do, then my fillets start getting taken off by the surface below. I don't want that to happen either. I'll bring it down a little bit. Fine. Okay. So now I need to cut this out and join it up. First I need to close in the ring shank. Extrude both sides, cap. Actually, I don't need a cap. Hopefully these are tight enough that they'll trim it. They won't. Hopefully, if I extract an edge and join it, mirror it over, select it, and trim with those, it'll work. I could have also simply duplicated edge. Gives me the same two curves. And it worked. Remembering once again that Rhino prefers curves over surfaces when it trims. Now, I was expecting a happy flash of closed surface, and I didn't get it. And there are no visible openings. There are 4 naked edges. Okay, and it has to do with where this meets the shank. That made it solid. It upset Rhino. I understand. Extract surface. Any surface, it doesn't matter. Join surface, and Rhino's happy again. And we have a closed poly surface. Preparing to cut it to take our center stone here. Extract surface. Now this is a mess. I didn't like this the first time I saw it. I like it less now. Duplicate borders. F5, 36, 4. Just the scene. And Rhino says no. Says it won't do it. Interesting. Okay. Just had to back out and come back in. Alright. Surface offset. Minus 0.2. Join this back to the setting. Get rid of those two curves. solid difference. Oh, make sure the direction's good. Yep, that's what we want to keep, so yes. Solid difference. Cut my setting. Put that on the storage layer first. Actually, before I booleaned it. I should have put that on the storage layer for safekeeping. Same thing here. Control paste, copy paste, storage layer. Extrusion, solid, solid difference. Solid union. Didn't like it because we have a coincidental surface right there. Okay, fine. I'm going to boolean union with it hanging out the bottom. Huh. Wow. I know that doesn't have any naked edges. Okay, it just doesn't like the positioning of it. I'm going to move the setting in stone down. .03. See if that makes a difference. No. Going to move them up 0.03. No. Going to see if it's really a problem in the surface, in the coincidental surfacing. I'm going to move it quite a ways up. Don't care that the stone's getting buried. Doesn't matter. No, it just hates this. Okay. Alright. Okay. It hates it because this seam lines right up with that seam. That's why it hates it. So I might as well put it right where I want it, because I'm going to stitch this by hand. Okay. Explode. Actually, no, I don't need to explode. Solid. Extract surface. Copy equals yes. Surface. Edit tools. Untrim all. It should already be untrimmed. Surface extend surface. Trim. Okay. So that'll cut that. I only want to cut the outside wall though. Copy no this time. Okay. I'm going to trim out the center of this with that same surface. I'm going to bring this back, extract the surface edges here and here. Use those to trim off the sides of this. Join these two pieces together. Extract surface, copy equals no. I want that red one. Going to join these in. Okay. Now on the bottom here, Edit Tools, Untrim Hole. So that hole filled back in. Extract surface, copy equals no. Trim the whole bottom of the setting off. Select the setting, trim a smaller hole out of the middle of the bottom plate. Join this and this. Join these two to that. We have a solid object. That was the same effect as having booleaned it. I just did it by hand. Okay. Looking at my finished ring, I don't really care for the bulge here, but it will do. Thanks for watching.